Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Seeing partly cloudy skies and breezy conditions around the area. We have seen those peak winds get up around 27 knots. We are currently in a wind advisory. We'll likely see that through much, if not all, of the day today before things start to calm down as we go into the evening. We are seeing those temperatures right around 40 degrees and not expecting much more increase in that, maybe a degree or two before we'll see things cooling down as we go into the evening time frame. So looking at the current surface analysis, we have that boundary that pushed through the area earlier this morning. With that area of low pressure off to the northeast, brought that tighter pressure gradient into the region, wind shifting northwestward, and that cooler breezy air moving into the area. We'll see that slowly start to relax as we move into the overnight time frame as high pressure briefly moves in over the area before another clipper system moves through the region late tomorrow. If we look at the current visible satellite, we can see just a few low-level clouds and a few high clouds around the area. We'll see those on the decrease as well as we see those winds on a downward turn later this afternoon. And if we take a look at the high-resolution model for what we can expect for the next 2 days, we'll see, as mentioned, the clouds on the decrease, and those winds will be on the decrease, particularly as we get into the later portion of the afternoon. We'll see things remain dry as we move through the area, as we move through the day today, and mostly clear conditions as we go into the evening time frame before that clipper system starts to move into the area. For our day on Friday, we'll see those clouds increasing ahead of that. That clipper system does still remain to be on the weaker and drier side, particularly in the local area. We'll see a chance for some snow accumulating off to our west in central Virginia, but here on the peninsula, looking at fairly quiet weather with just a very slight chance, maybe a late afternoon light sprinkle or flurry, but overall not expecting any significant impact as that clipper moves through the local area. As we move into the day on Saturday, we'll zoom out and take a look at the broader picture here. And Saturday looks to be a pretty quiet and nice day. We'll see temperatures moderating some as we move through the day on Saturday. We'll turn our attention to Sunday, which looks to be the more significant weather impact that we'll see locally here over the next several days as we continue to watch that trough that looks to dig into the region during the morning hours, early morning hours on Sunday. And as you can see here, model indicating some snowfall, generally looking at a continued increasing likelihood or continued confidence that we'll see a good chance of accumulating snow on the northern portion of the Delmarva Peninsula in western Maryland. The least confident part of this system as it pushes through the area will be what we see accumulating here locally. Generally, as you can see here with the European model, does have that colder air, a bit slower to move into the area with the precip, so starting to see some precip, starting off with some light rain and then transitioning to a rain snow or light snow mix as we go through the morning hours. Other models do have a bit of a colder solution, but nonetheless the better chance for some more accumulating snow will be across the northern peninsula, at least the way things are looking at this time, with some minimal accumulations possible in the local area, but still going to continue to watch this and see how the trend changes. Generally, again, that better chance of accumulating snow north of Wallops, but can't rule that out as we'll continue to see the trends with this system. As that system pulls away from the area going into Monday, we'll see breezy and cold conditions for our day on Monday, but things do dry out and the clouds start to clear as high pressure builds in late in the day and starts to loosen that pressure gradient and see those lighter winds build in. We will look to see some moderating temperatures as we move into the middle portion of the week. As you can see, things looking pretty dry and quiet through the first half of the week with those milder temperatures, and we'll have a chance of seeing a warm boundary lifting through late Wednesday into Thursday with the next potential system tracking to our north and pushing eastward, so we'll keep an eye on that as we get closer to that event. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, looking at the main concern, those elevated winds. Again, we are currently in a wind advisory. Do have that red risk for those winds above 25 knots and then decreasing to an orange risk as we get into the afternoon, as we expect those peak gusts around 27 to slowly decrease as we get into particularly the later afternoon time frame. Temperature capping out around 41 degrees today, and I'm going to generally see partly cloudy skies as we move through the remainder of the day, becoming mostly clear later in the day and into the first part of the evening before clouds increase with that next system. We'll see light winds out of the northwest early on Friday morning. We'll see that low temperature around 26 degrees and tides running slightly below normal. Extended forecast here, as mentioned, looking at just a 15% chance or a very slight chance of a light sprinkle or a flurry for our late afternoon, early evening Friday, as much of that precip does look to stay to our west. Otherwise, just seeing some mostly cloudy skies, temperature still chilly, right around 40 degrees for our high. Milder day for Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy ahead of that next system. Seeing those temperatures in the upper 40s and then back down into some chilly temperatures with that system moving through on Sunday. As mentioned, looking at a 70% chance of seeing some precip in the area, generally expecting some sort of rain-snow mix. Still some uncertainty with the if we see any kind of significant snow accumulation here locally, but a better chance of that further points north. And then things dry out as we move into the first half of next week, seeing some partly to mostly cloudy skies and breezy for our Monday. Still looking pretty chilly, just temperature struggling to get much above freezing for Monday, but then we'll start to see things becoming milder as we move through the middle portion of the week with our temperatures back up near seasonable highs around 50 degrees for our Wednesday. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again at 8:15 tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.